And I want to address a question that perhaps some of you have, maybe none of you have this question, but it's a question occasionally asked of me by young actors and actresses, people of every age who want to be actors and actresses. And they go, I think I want to be an actor. What do you think? Do you think I should become an actor? To which I respond, absolutely not. Why? Because if you have to ask the question, should I be? The answer is no. Unless you say to me, I have it in my blood, it burns my blood so bad, I just want to act. I'm doing a little play down at the Hudson Theater there, and I was at the NoHo Arts Center playing just spear carrying kind of a part. You know, I didn't have much of a part, but I'm doing lights on one show, and it's just, I'm parking cars and waiting tables because I must act. I go, now you got a shot. Okay, if that's what you're telling me, then you have a chance. So if your question is, should I be an actor? The answer is probably no. And we're going to talk about there's some good tricks in cold readings, going into audition, the way we get jobs as an actor, get into plays or whatever, jobs that are, free jobs, experienced jobs, doing equity waiver theater or little tiny plays anywhere. You have to go and read, you have to audition. And there's some tricks for auditioning. We'll talk about those. And we'll talk about an epiphany that I had. It was an induced epiphany by a man, an acting teacher by the name of Roy London. And this occurred in 1993. At this point, I had been an actor. Let me think about that. I think that's 26 years. Yeah, 26 years at this point. 1993, I'd been an actor 26 years. And I was working, had done a show called St. Elsewhere for years, been nominated for Emmys and what have you. Was doing very good. Starting in 82 when I landed that plum job, things got pretty easy for me as a professional actor, I won't lie to you. After you were in a show like that, Hill Street Blues or St. Elsewhere, ER, you get in a series like that runs, in our case, 6 years, you're going to be guaranteed a certain level of work. It might be dinner theater in, Des Moines or something, but you're guaranteed acting jobs unless you really screw up and, get arrested with a needle in your arm and run into a busload of kids. You're going to work the rest of your life unless you're extremely unlucky, you do something really crazy and stupid. But at this point in 1993, I was doing a show called Winnetka Road, an Aaron Spelling show, a pretty unnoteworthy show, but I really wanted to do very well at it. So I went to this guy that a friend of mine, Gary Shandling, had gone to, and a comedian who's also a wonderful actor, and Sharon Stone had been to him, another friend, and they said, this guy's very good. So I went to him and just wanted help with his part, and he gave me some very good help. Then he said something one day that I'm going to say to you. And I didn't at all get it at first. What he said, one thing I want you to remember, Ed, the most interesting thing to watch from an actor, comedy or drama, it's universal, is how a character deals with pain. How a character deals with pain. When he said that, I went, yeah, that sounds real. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, it hurts so bad. Oh, I'm in pain. That doesn't sound very, thank you. That's very nice, Roy, but I don't know what the hell that means. That sounds pretty stupid. Maybe this guy isn't so good. Then I drove home, and on the way home, I went, wait a minute. He didn't say to be in writhing pain. He didn't say how a character deals with pain. Some people keep the lid on the pot. Sophie's Choice, Meryl Streep. We later learned what Sophie's Choice was. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, close your ears, spoiler alert. But she has to choose which of the children dies of her two. They are so evil, they decide one of your children can live, you have to pick. They involve her in that evil, and she has to pick which of her children. She wants one to live, I pick this one. It's a wonderful, horrible scene, and that's the choice. But through the bulk of the movie, Sophie is trying to keep a lid on the pot, as Meryl Streep does, as she does everything so well. She does it brilliantly. She does a brilliant, flawless Polish accent. She has these incredible scenes with Kevin Kline. He's a very wacky guy living in this boarding house and what have you, but it's a brilliant movie. Not that she's in pain. She's not writhing in pain the whole movie. It's how she deals with pain. It's universal for comedy or drama. Laurel and Hardy, if you've ever seen any of the movies, still, for me, hold up to this day, very old movies. They are carrying a piano up a flight of stairs, and they drop it, and then it falls on them. I would think that'd be kind of painful. But the way in comedy, there's somehow not as much at stake. You know, they don't wind up bleeding from it. You know, but it's kind of funny the way people are in emotional or physical pain in a comedy. You know, comedy equals tragedy plus time.